and looks like the updated book covers. Professor McGonagall kind of looks like a skeleton though.
Welcome to Hogwarts!
You can freely move around areas you're currently in, and there's cutscenes.
I've always been different. I can't explain it, but strange things happen when I'm around. It doesn't bother me, not anymore. I'm used to the stares, the whispers.
And there's voice acting.
I suppose you want to know my name. Fine. It's Cassandra Vole. Happy?
I'll find right where you belong by looking between your ears. What the hell was that?
It is very impressive for a mobile game. And yeah, unfortunately, it did take up a lot of memory on my phone. It's really a League of Legends type card game where each card you play is a different spell.
Spiders!
Incendio! Inflatus!
Well, well. Someone knows how to duel.
They have these really cute animations for every one of them, and the spiders have to be my favorite. I love it. Don't get me wrong, the game is really well made, but it's not really my thing. So if you like card game based combat, then this is the game for you. Obviously, I wanted to save this for last. I played the PS4 version that I checked out from my local library. I'm supporting my local library, folks, not a turf. Take that, just kidding. I had to cover up the library's logos so I didn't dox myself. This is the game every Harry Potter fan has been waiting for. Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive open world RPG. The character you make is a new 5th year student who holds the key to an ancient secret magic that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. So I guess it's pretty normal for 15-year-olds to get manipulated by older men to save the world with their mysterious magical powers. The wizarding world really isn't safe for anybody, is it? You could just be walking to charms class on a normal Monday afternoon, and a huge fucking snake with a literal death stare comes around the corner and kills you. And speaking of not safe for anyone, the game starts with a man getting eaten by a dragon, making them see death and traumatizing them to the point where they can now see thestrals. Like, damn bro, I'm just trying to go to school. We can finally experience and explore the grounds of Hogwarts the first time. The castle and its grounds take inspiration from both the books and the movies, but set in the 1800s and not the 80s and 90s. The designers put so much detail into this. You could literally read lines from the books and they will line up completely. And I'm not going to show much of the story, if at all, because you should probably play the game for yourself if you already haven't. I picked Hufflepuff, of course, because we live in a literal greenhouse and grow so many herbs. So if you don't like Hufflepuff, your loss. More for us, I guess. And you can go to Azkaban in an exclusive mission. And I obviously played a little bit of the other houses, and I loved the detail.
You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning. Big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first.
We don't really see much of the Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw common rooms in the books or movies, so it is really cool to witness them for the first time in explorable 3D space. But before that, you can choose between either a witch or a wizard in the position of the main character. The customization is heavily extensive. You can choose between a more feminine or masculine voice, and said voices are played by Amelia Gething and Sebastian Croft, who I know from Heartstopper. And yes, I do only hear Ben every time I hear the male character talk.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade. You know, if you're trying to keep it quiet, you should probably stop acting so gay there.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Ugh, tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent?
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
What's that you've got there? Might this sudden visit to the Wand Maker have something to do with our mutual pursuit?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That repository is my birthright!
You don't have to be such a bitch about it.
Oh, and my favorite part has to be flying on a broom. You can explore so much of the map very easily while you're just flying around on your broomstick and marking those flue flames. And just FYI, if you only have a PS4 like I do, prepare for slow loading screens and slow loading doors. This was definitely not made for the PS4, or any other console besides the PS5. Oh yeah, and this is apparently less lethal than the Killing Curse. This is the Wizarding World game we've all been waiting for. And I would play more of this game, but I would have to get my own copy at this point because I think I hogged my local library's copy for way too long.
Bye, Hogwarts Legacy. You were fun. It's gone.
At least try to find it at your local secondhand store or from your local library like I did. It is really simple not to give her money straight to her turf wallet. That sounds like a euphemism, but she's a turf and she has a wallet with money in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. And yeah, that is it. 10 Harry Potter video games. And every prop that I have used that has been official, like my Noble Collection ones and my book. My books are mostly secondhand. Noble Collection I bought way before all this controversy happened. And I will not be buying any more official merch. So anyway, I love Harry Potter and I believe it belongs to the community now. Thank you, bye.
A guy in that bar declared himself as a Nazi. I have it on film and he attacked me.
Disclaimer. This video was made for entertainment purposes only. I do not own this content, nor do I intend any copyright infringement. Please support the original creators and watch Robot Revolution in its entirety where available. It might be a surprise to all of you, but I am indeed a maple syrup drinking, hockey playing, riding a moose to school in the morning Canadian.
Yeah, I just love living in Canada.
Just kidding. I've never played hockey. And the one thing you will find a plethora of in any town in the country is a gold mine of a store. Dollarama is one of those stores that has everything you'll ever need on a budget. It's a grocery store, a craft store, a bookstore. You can find cheap cleaning products here or face creams and shampoo. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend them because it's a dollar store and your face might shrivel up and die. But on the bright side, you can find cheap Lego here sometimes.
Nobody wants this Lego, huh?
And over where they keep the cheap phone chargers, headphones, clocks, and Fortnite figures that no one wants, you'll find some really cheap and low-budget movies. Movies both cheap in price and in production. And the movie I'm talking about today for this Halloween video is Robot Revolution: Machines Will Rise. Robot Revolution is a very low-budget indie film directed by Andrew Bellaware and released in 2015. And by looking at this cover, you would assume it's a kick-ass Terminator-like ripoff, where a sentient AI takes over and this android superhero has to come and save the day. But nope, we get claustrophobic hallways and stairwells. But I'm not gonna say any more, let's just watch this masterpiece of a movie, shall we? And as we start the disc up, we get a couple trailers for some other low-budget movies. Dark Space, Disaster Wars, Earthquake vs. Tsunami, and Starship Rising. Dark Space and Starship Rising look fucking awesome. Even though if you mash both of the trailers together, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two movies.
I grew up in the twilight of the Great Empire.
We opposed this ridiculous war against the Terra Nostra.
The Federation flourished, and the people were censored.
You people are nothing but warmongers.
And a new order would soon rise.
Old Earth is to be vaporized.
There's no more time for discussion.
At 2300 hours, we strike.
And excuse me? Earthquake vs. Tsunami. Oh my god, forget about Robot Revolution. I want to watch this masterpiece. I mean, I also use those green screen effects and explosions. The ultimate battle of land and sea. What am I watching a trailer for? Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire? Like, is Groudon and Kyogre gonna come out of the ground? Finally, here we are. Robot Revolution, the machines will rise. It was produced by Still Night Monster Movies, so yes, it was supposed to be a horror movie. Happy Halloween, everybody! Then the next studio logo is for Pandora Machine, but the logo is just this naked lady with a gun. So what exactly is the story here? In a not too distant future, every aspect of society is controlled by machines, and rampant terrorism has forced the state into martial law. While performing a routine check in a high-rise apartment building, a well-armed police officer and their android partner discover that something is causing the building's residents to malfunction, forcing them to fight their way out. Also, everyone in this universe at adulthood are legally bound to have an ID chip installed into their heads, so the ruthless police can easily identify them. So the movie starts with this lady talking down to us with a book light for some reason.
Back online.
Where am I?
You don't remember?
No, I do not remember anything. Anything since...
It's one of the side effects of the decontamination process.
Ugh, this gray static, I can't. You'll be seeing this gray haze for most of the movie because it's supposed to take place from the perspective of the main android, so prepare to see this gray screen for the majority of the movie. Anyway, after flying through some Nintendo 64 graphics, we meet the human main character named Constable Hawkins, played by Virginia Logan, along with her android partner Argus, who's played by either Walter Barney Barnes or Chance Shirley. I have no clue which one, it just says in the credits that these two play the android characters, so I'm assuming it's both. Hawkins is by far my favorite part of this movie. She's a badass cop with an eye patch who doesn't take shit from anyone.
Shut up!
If someone doesn't cosplay as her for the next Comic-Con, I'm actually gonna riot. You know what? I'll cosplay as her right now. There. And now we cut to the best CGI in the movie. Because, you know, if something is completely dark and you can barely see it, it looks real. She gives Argus a little upgrade, then gives us some very light foreshadowing.
Are you comfortable working with androids?
Yeah, they're generally reliable when they're not getting short-circuited, dismantled, or hacked.
Humans can also be hacked.
So they slowly walk around the apartment building for about a minute of the runtime with nothing else happening besides android walking sound effects. Jesus Christ, this movie's actually dangerous. Then this woman named Lisa and her son Carl confront the landlord about some noisy cleaning robot. The dialogue in this scene is just priceless.
How many times do we have to complain about the noise?
You know, the only noise I hear is...
After the woman and her son leave, Argus assaults the landlord for the answers they need.
513! Number 513.
Thank you, citizen. Try not to kill too many civilians before our shift is up.
Huh?
My serve and protect protocols are up to date.
Serve and protect protocols, my crack. They're actually looking for someone named Vic Richmond, who's been apparently making a weapon for a known terrorist named Damien Raw. But it says in the synopsis that it's a routine check. This seems more like an investigation to me. This next scene really confuses me. After a bit more walking and the most realistic shot of a generic city I've ever did see, we cut to these people playing poker with balls in a stairwell.
Doesn't matter.
Son of a... Were you bluffing?
Stop swindling this dipshit, Ratty.
I ain't holding the gun to his head.
Hey, Ratty, I'll play ya.
Keep your money, Blink. Even I got too much pride to take money from the mentally disabled.
Huh? After Hawkins and Argus find them, they start to scan this guy named Tivo, played by Matthew Trumbull, for his ID chip.
What's your name?
You can call me Tivo.
Tivo?
Need I remind you that in this universe, adults 16 years and over all have ID chips in their heads.
Sorry, doll. No CID chip. I ain't 16 yet.
What's wrong with you?
Well, Methuselah syndrome.
Premature aging.
Yeah. This man is supposed to be playing a preteen under 16 years old because of premature aging? What? This just goes beyond high school TV drama casting. Why aren't they just young adults in their 20s? That's way more believable than this. After walking up more flights of stairs, Argus finds some edibles on this couple making out right in front of them.
What do you want?
I detect fellow ethylene in the possession of these citizens.
What? What do you have on you?
Nothing. Nothing!
Like, I don't understand what's with all the assaulting people for no reason besides having small edibles in their pocket or just being a landlord, I guess. You know, everyday police protecting and serving.
Good Horace, but you're a vicious one, Argus.
You told me not to terminate a large number of civilians today.
I did, didn't I?
Tell me again who I'm supposed to be rooting for here. Now we finally see the cleaning robot that's been causing all of the ruckus throughout the building. I mean, to be honest, for a low-budget movie, they really did their best with this robot. Yeah, it still looks like shit and doesn't look real at all, but it looks cool at least. It even has mechanical eyebrows just to show when it's about to get angry. So we finally arrive at Vic Richmond's apartment. So, get comfortable, grab a snack, refill on your popcorn, because we're going to be here a while.
What do you want? We want to talk about Damien Raw.
Vic Richmond, played by Mary Murphy, is a very paranoid scientist. They interrogate her about the terrorist Damien Raw, and she lies twice to her face. At least I think so, because I honestly can't understand what she's actually saying.
Yeah, well, word has it that one of his boys is holed up in this building.
Terrorist? Here? Oh, golly, Chihuahua curse, now you got me all frightened.
I don't even see a bed, let alone another room besides just this kitchen. I've never heard of one kitchen, no bedroom, no bathroom apartments before, but here we are. And we finally get some conflict in the form of Damien Raw's henchmen making their way through the apartment building. Then once they finally arrive, demand the weapon that Vic has been working on. And this is where we get our first action scene, and it is glorious.
That's it, don't move. Drop the guns. I said drop it!
So because of this little squabble, the weapon is primed and goes off through the ventilation system. And now we cut to some random people that live throughout the apartment building. The couple that were making out in the stairs earlier, now in the basement. You know, where every lesbian couple hangs out to talk about taking showers.
Babe, I think I need to go take a shower.
Oh. Where are you gonna shower?
I think Jennifer has a shower.
And this lady from earlier, who is now reading a book with her husband called Brothel. The preteens and the old man they were hanging out with from the stairs go to split off for the night and discover the previously broken elevator is now moving again.
Yeah, you should know you busted it.
Seneca must have had somebody fix it.
Cool. That means I can break it again.
What is he watching? Animal Crossing porn? Why is it making those sounds? Just making regular sex noises would be way less weird than this. And now because of that weapon going through the ventilation system, the couple, the cleaning robot, the elevator's floor. Zoinks! 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 And the old man are the first infected. But by what exactly? That weapon Vic Richmond was working on? It was actually a mechanical virus. Invisible nanobots with the prime function to assimilate and convert everything with a microchip. That includes human ID chips that were installed into their brains. So Argus, Vic, Hawkins, and one of Raw's henchmen start to make their way to the lobby but run into the teenagers in the hallway still trying to get their friend out of the elevator.
Pig, I mean, officer, you gotta help us here.
Our friend's trapped in the elevator. It started already.
But he already died from the possessed floor, so can't really do much. Then the already converted old man walks out into the hallway, and they just stand there and watch him for about a minute. And that gives Vic time to spout some exposition on us.
His body's dead. The nanobots are in control right now. They're operating him like a flesh puppet. Technically, no, not zombies. Flesh puppets for microscopic sentient robots. And I have to say,
Let's test. Okay. Well, that's cool.